Hey, welcome back. Let's see if we could actually get this stinking wounded reindeer. I think this time, I'm gonna say screw it. On the ATV, we have 16 bullets. I was rewatching that video and I realized I am almost out of handgun ammo. But I don't think I should be buying this handgun ammo. It's good on the wolves. But that's not even the one. It's good on the wolves. And it's cheap. But it's only good in close range. I think a shotgun would be best instead of this pistol. So let's find us a nice shotgun. A loud bang, if you will. Get some ammo for it. Let's do a lever action shotgun. I'll be the ranger. Oh, never mind. Gotta lose something if we did that, so. I was doing the 308. What's that? 5 rounds for all those except 15 round, 10 round, 6 round, 3 rounds. I need something to knock them down. So I guess this is just gonna have to do. I guess we ain't switching. But maybe buy the more expensive ammo. 20, 30, 40, 50. Then we will add that. Okay, so we need to figure out which one is, so it's, this one has the higher expansion, which means we have less of it, so we will use that one at the start. And this is for, I'd say, the wolves. If there's a band of 5 wolves, I bet this thing will kill a wolf in one shot, so. Come on, bud. So, the tent's right there. Should be close by there. I can spot it from this far away. That'd be nice. And spot where that tent is. Alright. Brand new day. I have hopes for this. Spray some stuff. I'm gonna have to go buy more spray sometime. I think it was more in line with that. Investigate tracks. I don't want to learn about something. I wonder what distance is too close. Is right now too close? So that's a 200-yard shot. If there was nothing in between us. And I know turning down graphics won't help me. Walking in these rocks is just way too loud. Okay, time to be sneaky, stealthy. Probably figure out a way to put it out of its misery for good. I'd say this rifle, my 30-06. Just be there. Please be there. I don't want to be hunting this reindeer. Rocks. More rocks. Don't tell me I have to go farther. Yeah, I have the mission selected. Gotta avoid the foliage. Avoid the rocks. I couldn't have avoided that one, that's stupid. You would think this is more noisy than walking over little pebbles. Ooh. Hear those birds. It sounds like I might be getting close. One Mississippi, two Mississippi, three. About 3 seconds. It's gonna take me a little bit. 3 seconds for 1 yard. So... this is very time-consuming, but this is apparently what I have to do just to kill this one deer, which some people just stroll upon like it's nothing. Apparently I've been at this for about 10 minutes now. It's moving, isn't it? Why are you doing a warning call? This is harder than bears. Mine just glitched. I swear, if it's ran off, I'm gonna sit there waiting. I'm gonna go put a stand on the ice and sit there and wait. Usually it runs over there. I heard it. All right. Come on. Please? Anything? Hmm. I got distracted, and I bet it's already gone. Yep, it's... Just in case it's not. I think I should take a shot at any reindeer that comes around. Is this the one that was hurt? I don't think so. Oh, it was!
That
That's
reindeer won't
sick.
suffer anymore. Thank you.
That's sick.
I've had to report the incident to the State Veterinary and Phytosanitary Service. The local director, Dimi Pushkin, asked for your info, and being a state representative, I had to give it to him. Dimi may hit you up for jobs from time to time. I don't want you to get distracted, but keeping the state
Understood.
happy makes life easier for our expedition, so don't ignore him.
You're fine. I'll go do that one later, a different time. Oh, that was...
The caliber of the bullet in that reindeer matches Gunther's rifle. That's not conclusive, but if Gunther is out there with a firearm, we have to find him before more animals get hurt, or before he hurts himself. Do you see anything around his campsite that would give us a lead? Those look like Gunther's boot prints. Let's find him. This must be the river where Gunther found that musk deer. Looks like his tracks follow the riverbank, probably to collect the musk deer meat. I hope this isn't a dead end. Sorry, poor choice of words. Gunther isn't the only one desperate for a meal out here. The rivers flooded during the warmest spring on record last year. Then out of nowhere, the temperature dropped, and in a flash, the rivers froze early. It's too bad bears can't ice fish. Bad, 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 very bad. There is no blood, no wounds, which means this musk deer probably died from disease or poison. If this is where Gunther was shopping for meat, he's in worse trouble than we thought. Careful. This happened in another province, exactly like this. Don't freak out, but that time, it was anthrax. You should be safe as long as the temperature stays below zero. You don't touch these dead animals, and you don't eat the snow. That Durak Gunther probably made all these mistakes. There are more footprints to follow. My stomach is sinking just thinking about what you'll encounter at the end of the trail. Be careful. That tent belonged to Gunther. Can you read the note he left? Well, this is a punch in the gut. Gunther ate contaminated musk deer and died with symptoms that are associated with anthrax. Rest in peace, Gunther. So, I promise the rest of this expedition will not be so grotesque, is the word, da? I spoke with Pushkin over at the Federal Department. A hazmat team is en route to clean up that riverbank as soon as the weather permits. There are water monitoring sites scattered throughout this region. Our biologist, Anatoly Barnyashev, wants you to check on those to make sure this anthrax contamination didn't spread. The areas where you will find these sites are marked on your hunter mate. about that anthrax. It's a natural occurrence in Medvedka taiga these days. The permafrost, the icy layer just below the ground you're standing on, melts more and more every summer. And when it thaws, it lets out all kinds of things that have been frozen and dormant for years and years. Things like fossils. Things like anthrax. This area is anthrax-free. Thank you. There are 2 more of these stations in the area. Another clean test. No anthrax. These are very good results. water monitoring station tests clean for anthrax. Thank you for being so professional despite, well, you know, infectious diseases and all that grim stuff. Frankly, I'm surprised you're able to handle such nasty business and stay so calm. You may be a person of few words, but your actions speak to your good character. Anatoly is like my number 2 at base camp. He may pester you for help here and there, but I trust he won't take advantage of you. Here is a more conventional job. Nenets report wild boar in the area marked on your hunter mate. They overgrazed the land to the west and now they're migrating here. Unfortunately, they'll disrupt the masked deer's grazing and attract hungry lynxes. Thin the boar pack down by a few heads. That should create enough pressure to push them back home.
Welcome to where I call home. I've been roaming these parts since I was old enough to, well, roam. There isn't a mountain or lake out here that hasn't been explored by either me or my dad. I hope that you get a chance to fall in love with Silver Ridge Peaks. If you're anything like me, it won't take long. Good morning. I hope you got a chance to grab a big breakfast before heading out. There's a lot of ground to cover and it's tough on an empty stomach. Anyway, I'm sure you'll be glad to know that I already have a job for you. While things are quiet, I've been using our outpost to store essential supplies. There is an outpost not far from you that has a small stockpile of bottled water and canned goods. I need you to grab some things from this outpost and ferry them over to one of our observation towers. Don't worry, it's not a long journey. You'll be back to hunting in no time. Before now, we've always just used the lakes for drinking water. But ever since Dad got ill, we've had to put emergency measures in place. We always had emergency supplies, of course. But now we need to account for the possibility that our entire water table is polluted. Dad and I are convinced that it's just the one lake, polluted by the old mining sump next to it. But it's taking forever to get tests done, and it's not worth the chance of someone else getting sick. Tracks are my go-to source for insight into animals in the reserve. Species, number, you can learn a lot about them before you've ever spotted anything. This is the place. The supplies should be laid out, ready for you to pick them up. We need at least 6 water bottles, a couple of cans of peaches or whatever we've got there. And there should be a stack of flyers. Grab them too. You got everything? Fantastic. The tower isn't too far to go from here. To a couple of the flyers, though. fantastic. That tower should have everything it needs now. How's the view from up there? It's great to have a hunter like yourself around. I'm grateful for your help with the supplies. I can't wait to hear your Silver Ridge hunting stories. Things have been quiet here recently. But with a hunter of your caliber on the reserve, we're gonna show folks that this is still the best place in the Rockies to hunt. Plus, you're not the only one working with us. We were able to convince Remy Warren to visit, and he's been logging his solo hunts out here for a week or so. He's got a pretty decent following online, so hopefully he's impressed with the reserve. When I proposed using social media to promote the reserve, the board were a little hesitant. But they're giving us a chance to try something new, and I'm sure it'll be worth it. So I suppose you were wondering why I wanted you to grab the flyers, right? There are people who come out here just to visit the lake. I'm fine with people standing on the shore, but until we know exactly what's going on, we need to keep people out of it. I had these flyers made up so we can pin them to our bulletin boards. There's a trail that leads straight to the lake, so I'd like you to pin up one of these flyers at the trailhead. Now, the flyers cover the basics: heavy metals, mining waste, and why to avoid diving in. It's not much, but until we know more, it's all we have. The lake is beautiful, and it's always pulled in visitors. It still looks the same as it ever did. Maybe even better, now that it's calm and peaceful. But now, I can't look at it without seeing what it did to my dad, or what it's doing to the reserve. People discover that we have one contaminated lake and assume that the reserve isn't worth visiting anymore. So far, the local wildlife seems okay, but our bookings for visitors, and especially hunters, dried up. I have a few contingency plans that I want to try out. I'm a little nervous, though, as our board can be a little conservative. And if my ideas don't involve pulling in hunters, it can be really tricky to get them on board. It was easier to convince the board to invite yourself and Remy into the reserve, given that you're both hunters with good reputations. I'm glad you said yes. One down, one to go. Keep following the trail to the lake.
Even a black bear won't take on a fully grown bison lightly. They're awesome creatures, and you should treat them with respect if you want to live to tell the tale.
Take a look at the water. If I hadn't told you, would you suspect that the lake was dangerous? We might not be able to monitor the lake 24/7, but at least now people have been warned. Thanks for taking care of that. It's such a strange feeling to be publicizing the very issue that is hurting us at the moment. I know it's the responsible thing to do, but it still feels slightly like self-sabotage. Our summer season has already started, and normally this whole area would be covered with hikers. I've only seen a handful of people in the reserve recently. I'm sure that things will pick up eventually, but every day I'm reminded that my dad was the major driving force behind this place. It's just bad timing, I suppose. We'd had some other issues Work and family are the same thing for me, you know? I've been watching my dad do this job since I was a kid. Let's change the subject, shall we? I've got a job that I'd like you to take care of. The big plans I mentioned before. One of these plans is a little passion project of mine. We're gonna need some gear. Repelling gear, actually. And I have stashed a few bags at one of the nearby outposts. And I'd like you to head over there and pick them up. When you can. I've been doing adventure sports for about 10 years or so now. It started with bouldering and rock climbing while I was on a high school trip. Last year, I got an accreditation as an instructor, and I was planning on teaching classes. When my dad got ill, I put it on the back burner. But now, I think we have a good opportunity to commit to it. Unfortunately, I'm a little too busy to teach classes just now. But one of my base jumping friends, Sammy, took the same course as me, so she's gonna lead the class instead. Got everything? There's a good rock face nearby that Sammy can use to teach her beginners. If I recall correctly, you also have some mountain climbing experience. I get it. Those mountain goats aren't easy to catch. There's some good anchoring points at the top of the rock face. If you can get those ropes nice and secure, it'll save Sammy some time and help the class. Timothy to come with him on hunting trips to Africa, accused the activists of brainwashing his son. The family reputation around here dropped quite dramatically when my dad caught Timothy drinking and dealing drugs inside the reserve. Simpkins actually used his power on the board to keep my dad quiet. But the next time my dad caught Tim in the reserve, he wasn't just dealing drugs. He had been poaching. Dad called it in without even telling Simpkins Sr. Of course, he was furious. Tried to get my dad fired, actually. But all credit to the board. They stuck with my old man. All these changes I want to make will hopefully account for the loss of the Simpkins' money and influence. This is just the start, too. I'm proposing snowboarding and extreme skiing for the winter. I've got some friends who I'd love to invite over to shoot some videos. Could be fun, don't you think? Anyway, if the rappelling goes well and makes a little money, I think the old folks on the board will start to come around.
I've been hunting mule deer for 20 years, but let me tell you, they still find ways to surprise me. They'll hear you coming from a good way off if they haven't already picked up your scent. Lucky for us, it's hard for them to camouflage themselves in the green meadows of Colorado. The pronghorn is the fastest land mammal in North America. They're not as sensitive to noise as some of the other animals in the reserve, but they trust their eyes, so stay down and hidden to prevent them from bolting.
That looks great. I doubt I could have done a better job myself. Don't let the ropes down. We don't need them getting all tangled up. I really appreciate your help with this one. It's been an uphill battle to get to this point, and I'm disappointed that I can't be there to run the classes myself. If I'm being honest, I have a lot invested in the classes going well. There's still some people on the board who are friends with the old chairman, and it seems pretty clear that they don't like me proposing new ideas. Anyway, I'll let Sammy know that we're good to go. I trust her to take care of it. Hey, so listen, there might be a situation going on